Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another stream. This Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing feels quite nice. We might end up doing this from now on. We'll see how it goes. Hello, how are all of you? I hope you're doing very well. Look at the chair that I'm sitting in. It's here. It's finally here. And oh my God, when I sat in it, I cried because I am so comfortable. My weight is so much better distributed, just everything's in a better position. I can't tell you how much of a difference this makes already to how much pain I'm in sitting at my desk, and how glad I am it's finally here. No thanks to you, UPS. But yeah, we're not actually here to talk about my chair, as exciting as that is. We're actually... So I have not done anything on my dissertation since Wednesday. So if you have missed streams thus far this week, little recap. So on Monday I finished writing, which was very overwhelming, and there was a lot of crying on stream. That's in my VODs if you want to go and watch that. There's also clips of bits and so forth. On Wednesday I then tried to edit because I was over the word count, and when I say over the word count I mean I was over the 10% you're allowed to be over the word count. So I'm just gonna move this over here. I had to get some words out of it, and we've gotten words out of it. It is now 13,177, which means I'm currently not being penalised. However, the thing we need to do today is that I need to add my citations. Now, I have some citations in the bits of this. So my dissertation is a hybrid style. It's got a mixture of fiction, prose, non-fiction, poetry, memoir, all sorts of different things. But it also has some academic writing in it. And the academic writing has citations in, and because they're direct quotes, I do want to cite them. I feel like that's appropriate, even though technically, because it's creative, I don't have to. I am going to cite them fully. But because it's creative, we think... I asked my supervisor, and we think my citations might count towards my word count. So what we will be doing today is I will be putting my citations in, and then I will see how far over the word count I am, and I will almost certainly have to edit down again. Once it's then once again below 13,200 words, because I don't think I'm going to get my citations in 23 words, because I've got like 5 of them to do. Once that's in, and once it's edited down, I will then be compiling it to send it to my supervisor today. Now what I'm going to do, having just put this in front here, I actually don't want that there at all because I want to be able to change what I'm showing you. So as you know, I don't show what I'm working on whilst I'm working on it because I feel very uncomfortable with that. I know lots of other writers who feel the same. Totally happy having my stuff read once it's finished, but I don't like it being read when it's in progress. Because we are now, because it's now basically finished, I am comfortable enough to show you some things. So what I'm actually going to do before we drop into a Pomodoro session, because I think I might get everything finished in one Pomodoro session, because it shouldn't take that long, and I will show you why. Also because I've been telling people about this program, and I think I should actually show it to people because it's really good. So anyone who has done any kind of academic writing before will know that keeping track of all of your references is one of the worst things. It is second only to formatting those references properly. That's the worst thing. Because it's very, very specific. I know people who've been marked down in the past. I've been marked down in the past for missing a comma because that's how specific academic citing is. So what I'm going to show you is... I should really put some like nice transitions on so you don't get like this really harsh jump from one to the other. Just a second. The great thing about this chair is I can sit cross-legged in it. So welcome to Zotero, which is Zotero. You can't actually see the top bar because Streamlabs cuts it off weirdly. This is the program that I use for all of my references. Now, I only started using it from this project, but I have been, so where I've talked about digitizing all of my notes, this is the program I've been doing it in. Because what I have been doing is, if we go to an example, you can put all of the information in about your citation. So on the right, you can see I've got all of the details about about the paper, where it's from, the dates, the conference name because it's a conference paper, and so if we look at a book, then I've got slightly less information on this one. So obviously I didn't do this one very well. But basically, you can put as much information as you want. You can also put notes in. So, for example, if I'll just move myself up a bit for a second, you can see that I just underneath my webcam, I've got a note saying where it is and how much it costs. Because at the moment, I can't access physical books in my university library. And I'm able to have things scanned and sent to me, but not entire books, which when you're reading around a subject is kind of useless, because it's not like I can go, I need this precise chapter from this book when the entire book is about something that you're doing. So yeah, basically I've got notes on how much is on Google Books. I genuinely have done citations from things that I've read via Google Books. It's don't laugh at it. If those 40 pages help you, even if those 40 pages just tell you, no, I actually do need the book, then it's worth it. So that's where I've got, and in this previous one, you can see that I've got a PDF of it. And I've got all my PDFs stored in a folder on my computer. So I have that noted down as well. But the really cool thing is that so you can see all of these have got, these can all be expanded, and the reason they can all be expanded is that they've all got my notes on. Now, pardon my particular form of note taking, which is, I don't know, people probably take notes in strange ways too. I'm also, to be fair, I'm still learning to get better at note taking, and my notes probably aren't as bad as I think they are. But yeah, so these are the notes that would have been in my notebook that I've then put on here digitally. You can search. Unfortunately, when I click drop down boxes, you can't see. This is the problem with using this in Streamlabs. Hold on, I'm rushing. Yeah, I took a breath and that's better. I'm going to keep reminding myself to do that. Okay. So yes, so I can then search all of my notes. Unfortunately, because I'm using this in Streamlabs, you can't see when I click drop down boxes, or if I were, for example, to, like, I'm in the file menu now, but you can't see it. That is the downside to using window capture. I don't feel comfortable using display capture. It's too dangerous to myself personally. I'm also under NDA for my job, so if I were to, leak anything, because I'd use display capture and say, something comes in and pops up, or I accidentally alt-tabbed or something, that sort of thing. I don't want to dox myself or to place myself in danger contractually or anything like that. So this is the best I can do for you, but it does mean that I can show you this and how it works. Now what you can do is you can, you won't be able to see this because this is a drop down menu, so I'll just explain it. As long as you've got all of the information in there, so this is a better example. So I've got a lot more information about this book because I've got actually all of the information as opposed to the one where I don't. Well, the thing is that some things I didn't have as much information for, so I'll have to, when I'm citing, one of the things I'll need to do is make sure I've got all of the information. But yeah, so I can basically have it generate in any style my citation that I need to put in my endnote. And then I can just paste it. That's it. There's no sitting there thinking, oh God, is this does the comma go after the title? Or does it go like, where do you comma between all of the editor's surnames? Or like, that sort of random awful crap that probably everyone who's written an academic paper has had to deal with. Look that again. Yeah, so this is a program I use. It's free. I would absolutely recommend it. It works across devices. You can sync it across devices. And I've really liked using it. As you can see in the top left, I use it for everything. I've been slowly digitizing all of my past notes. So Intro to Medical Humanities and Disability and Illness are the two modules I took this year. Art Aesthetics and the Medical Humanities is a conference I went to in February. And then I've got general ones, which is stuff where I just read it. And obviously my PhD stuff is all the stuff I read for doing my PhD proposal. All things that I want to read. And you can see there's this folder called Unread, which is then where I was searching for things, or if I'd found a reference in another book that I then wanted to follow up on, I then put it all in here. I actually did read that one, so that one should go in there. So you can see you can just drag and drop it. You may not have seen me dragging it and dropping it, but I did. And it appears in here then. But it stays in this one, which is quite nice. So then I can just delete it from that one. And it asked me if I was sure, and I said yes. So yeah, this is the program I use. Whilst we're touring programs I use, and this is the one I'm more uncomfortable with. It's all right, you're not going to see any of the writing. Here we go. Welcome to Scrivener. This is the other program I use. Now, Scrivener, as you may know, does cost money. If you are a student, Scrivener is cheaper. It is, here in the UK, it is £39, I think, rather than £50. However, that is a lifetime license. If you compare that to basically anything where you're using a subscription service, also I've realised I'm sitting in a weird position. Anything where you use a subscription service, you're going to pay that much in a year. This is going to last you, if you use it for a PhD, it's going to last you 10 years. Not 10 years. If you've taken 10 years to do your PhD, you could be doing it part-time, or something's gone wrong. As you can see, I still haven't thought of a title for the third section, because it clearly can't be called Heart when the second section is called Voice and Heart. Anyway, this is my final version. Because I'm writing in fragmented ways, if you expand things, and this is the extent of what I feel comfortable showing people, even though I'm okay publishing it, it's weird, isn't it? You can expand things and then you can see all of the individual files. You can also see them all together, and if I were to click this, if you can just see in the middle where my mouse pointer is, sort of in the middle at the top, if I were to click this display, it would show me all of the text or the folder I have highlighted here. So if I were to highlight final, it would show me the entire thing. If I just highlight this, it will show me just these, which is nice because if you are editing, when I'm editing a section, I can just see that one section and I can see it all together. If I want to read through the entire thing, I can see the entire thing and read through, and that's great as well. And then I can also close it all off. When you are then exporting, so there's two things in the Scrivener. There is, this is taking me some learning. So there is exporting. Exporting takes out everything as a separate file. So it will make this folder into a folder, and then all of these into files within it. Don't export. Export is not what you want to do. Unless if you wanted chapters as separate files, awesome, excellent. If you're doing something like a a fanfic or something like that, you might find exporting and you're uploading chapter by chapter. Exporting like that might be good for you. But for me, what I want is compiling. Compiling is what you do if you want to format it as a single document. I wish I could show you the compile window because there are so many settings. Basically, you have to fiddle around with it for a while until you get things and compile a load of ones that don't look how you want them to, in order to work out the settings you want. But it is absolutely worth the effort. So do put that effort in, because it's very much worth it. I've tried Scrivener several times in the past and never fully gotten into it. Things about it have annoyed me. Do I feel like it? I tell you what, I'm going to show you how I have it set up, but I'm going to show you a poem that I feel comfortable showing, which is the last bit of the first section. So you can see it's suddenly gotten a lot darker because I like writing in this kind of contrast. This feels more comfortable on my eyes. I don't mind, I'm not one of those people who has to use dark mode everywhere. I'm totally okay using light mode in things. But having this expanded makes a big difference to me. Having this expanded? Expanded is not the word I meant. Having this contrast. What word was I going for? I don't know. Anyway. So all of my stuff is formatted like this. This does not mean that it compiles like this. It compiles correctly so that you can see it compiles black on white. But you could set things up to compile in a different way. You can set them up to maintain your formatting, which is really important if you've used stuff like italics or underline or anything like that. You need to do your formatting. So the thing I need to work out today with Scrivener that I've not done before is how I'm going to sort of make my endnotes work. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new document. So you can see this is creating a new document, and then I'm going to do this. And then basically I'm probably just going to do it because you can do full-on citations in Scrivener. And when I'm using it for my PhD, that's what I will be doing. But I specifically don't want, I want my citations to be endnotes. So it might be that to be easier today, I just paste things in here and then just put the numbers in sort of manually. But I may also go in and then like try doing citations and setting it to an endnote. We'll see how it goes. There's all sorts of things you can do with Scrivener that I haven't done yet. You can see here that you can have research that you can put in. My stash is where, when I was writing, I had a load of stuff I didn't know if I was going to include. So I've just sort of thrown it all in there. And yeah. That's my Scrivener. I'm going to take it off the screen now because I'm super uncomfortable with that being there. But I'm so glad I managed to like give you a tour of what I'm going to be doing today and how it's going to work. We are going to take a very, very brief break because I don't know how well you can tell because my room's quite white. But it's super dark in here. Although actually maybe, hold on. See if I can trick the smart lights. Yeah, I can trick the smart lights. I realised that my phone isn't in the room and we have Philips Hue bulbs and I need my phone to turn them on. So yeah, what we're going to do now is we're going to drop into a Pomodoro timer and I'm going to do the normal thing. I'm going to mute up 20 minutes whilst where's my timer? It's my timer, hello. And I'm going to do those citations. The first thing I'm going to do, I've just moved my notebook out of the way like I don't need it, but actually what I need is to write down all of those citations. Because I don't know where they all are yet. So what I will first be doing is I will be skim reading everything to work out where they all are and what they all are and then where they're all from, and then making sure I've got the right information in Zotero, exporting those things, and then working out how I'm doing the endnote in in Scrivener and then crying when it adds it to my word count. Yeah. Okay, so that's the plan. If you're studying with me and my very finicky webcam today, it's just anytime I move anything in front of my face, it's not happy. Is it because it's trying to focus on my microphone, maybe? Yeah, if you're studying with me, good luck. I look forward to hearing how your study session has gone afterwards. But for now, I'm going to mute up and I'm going to start this timer. Let's see if it's going to like my keyboard shortcuts today. That was me doing them slowly just to see if it would. No, it doesn't. I don't. This timer is weird. Shortcuts are enabled. I don't know. Well, I've started it now. There we go. I'll see you in 20 minutes, everyone. Hello, this is cheating, but I just want you to know that I've got too many citations. I've got 9, but it turns out they don't count towards my word count in Scrivener, so I'm going to argue that I didn't know they counted towards my word count finally, or we'll see. We'll see how Word counts them, but also I can put them all as endnotes, so it's fantastic. Scrivener can do it all for me. I just have to actually format the citations, which means I have to remember what style my university uses, because I never remember and I have to look it up every time. Anyway, I'm going again. Bye. crept up on me there. Oh, hello. So, this is going well. It's very easy now I'm doing it, and now I've worked out how to do it. I've got... Oh, I've done that one on my list. I've got... Did that one right? Yeah. I haven't been ticking them off as I've been doing them. I've got 2 more to do. One of which the book is downstairs, so I'll have to run and get it. Because I foolishly put it downstairs even though I wasn't done with it. That was before I had these shelves though, so like all the other books I've been using are on the shelves. Yeah, so basically, this is really good because, yeah, it's not counting them towards my word count. What I will need to see is once I've exported them, so I've tested and like I can export them as an EndNote. So I then need to see if in Word then counts that as part of the word count. And if it does, then I'll have to edit down some more. But otherwise, everything is looking fine. Where I've test exported it, just compiled it. Sorry, just need to move my microphone nearer to me where I'm sitting in my chair rather than moving me to the microphone. But yeah, so I basically I've got those 2. What I will do is I won't. I'm actually not going to drop into a full Pomodoro session because it's not going to take me 20 minutes to put 2 last citations in and then compile it when I've already got all the compiling set up. So I will run. I'll put us on a Be Right Back screen. I'm going to get rid of this timer as well. Goodbye. And I'll run and get that book, and then I can show you where I'm putting the citations in and how that's working. I'll show you with this one. Because I'm okay with this. This is an entirely academic bit, so I don't actually mind that being seen as much. So I will be right back. I'll run grab that book, and well, I won't run because that isn't possible. But by turn of phrase, I'll run and grab that book, and then I can show you putting an entry into Zotero and then putting it into Scrivener as a citation. So I will be 2 minutes. The hardest thing about this is getting my earphones back in. They don't go fully in my ear, so you have to sit them correctly over your ears. I've got the book. The book is here. So come with me to Zotero. This does mean you might get the sound of my furious typing, and I apologise. I've got a beautiful keyboard. It's wonderfully mechanical, very satisfying to use, and awful the moment you put a microphone near it. I have not yet discovered a setting on my noise gate that can cut out the sound of my furious typing. Okay, so I don't know, because you can't see drop-down menus, there might be occasional bits of this you can't see, but I'll do my best. So I want to add something, so I click add. It then gives me options of what type of program, what type of entry it is. So book section, conference paper, journal article, thesis, and then you can go to more, and there's like a whole load more, all the weird ones like email. And, you know, for when you really need to cite an email in an academic paper. I imagine there's actually thinking about it, there's probably like legal papers and stuff do that all the time, but we have a book. And the book is called The Theatre and Its Double, and it's by Antonin Artaud. And you can see it's because I've got this listed alphabetically by creator, it's already thrown it up there. And and then it's got such crinkly pages, this book. And then obviously I open the book to the like publishing details page, and then I basically just go through and put in everything that's on here that I'm gonna need. So, nope, 1958. The other thing is that seeing my keyboard past my giant, very phallic microphone is quite hard. So, publisher. They do that, and then they do that. Okay. And I always try to be really specific with these things because this sort of thing is really specific. Obviously, in this context, it's not as bad. Yeah. So this is place, New York. Does it have an edition? No. I'm not too worried about number of pages or anything like that. The ISBN. Am I putting ISBN 10s or ISBN 13s? What have I done in other ones? 13. And the reason that I'm putting all of this in, even though this doesn't come out in the citation, is that it's also for future reference for me. If I were ever to, obviously this I have an actual copy of the book, but when it's something like a library book that you've taken out, and things have different editions and different publishers and that sort of thing, it's really important to make sure you get the right one. So that has all of the information in. So I will then right click this and it gives me a drop down option for what I want to do with it. So I've got add note, add attachment, duplicate, remove, but I've also got create bibliography from item, and that's what I'm going to do. It's then taken me to something that you can't see here. Which is giving me the option of what citation style I want. I'm doing all of mine in Harvard because that's what I'm used to using and my university accepts it. Turns out my university uses all sorts of different ones, but also it doesn't matter in this context. And I've got an output mode, so I can have citations or bibliography. So in this for citation is if you do the inline one, bibliography is the end of text one. So I'm doing bibliography because I'm not worrying about inline stuff now. And then your output method can be you can print it weirdly, but I'm picking copy to clipboard because I don't want to make it an RCF or anything like that. And I'm then going to Scrivener. Oh, hold on one second. I've just realised. Hold on a moment, because I've realised that there is some text in this that could be triggering to people. So I'm just going to scroll down. And there it's safe now. So what I've done is I've zoomed in and I've scrolled past the section about sexual assault. Because I don't want to. That was one of the things I actually didn't want to show you, not because I didn't want to show my academic writing about it, but more because it can be triggering for people. So I, in this section, have a whole ton of quotes from Artaud. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put the citation on Théâtre sans double, which is the book that I'm referencing, and then I'm going to leave it off. Oh, sorry, I keep scrolling into the stuff again. I apologise for that. I'm just going to put it there, and then I'm just going to leave it there. So you can see I've got some footnotes already here. These are the previous ones in this entry. And then I'm just going to go to format, footnote, and then it highlights it. And then in this, I'm pasting the information. And then you can't see this, but when I now hover over it, it has a preview of what the endnote is going to look like. And it's all correctly formatted. So then the other one I need to find, I'm just going to take that off there so that you've seen it, but I'm not constantly risking showing people triggering stuff. I do still need to think of a name for that section. We have to do that as well. But first I need to find downloads, because it's still in my downloads because I'm a terrible person. I just leave things sitting in my downloads. And I need to find... I need to just put it alphabetically, and then I can find as Lark grows up. No, I don't want it by I just want it... For goodness sake. I don't even know where it is. Is it gone? Yeah, I know I have a PDF of this. Did I helpfully put it in my university folder? I might well have done that. That seems like the sort of sensible thing I might have done. Is it this one? No, I wasn't helpful. It's somewhere in my downloads folder, just sitting there, hiding amidst all of the memes. I'm gonna do it by type, maybe. Although it's still then sorting it by... Just by type, please. Oh, well, I've got PDFs now, at least. It might not begin with A. It might be called... Oh, hang on, I found some of the other things that I've used. Not in here. I'm just going to Google it. There's one I need to do. So I read the book, but I'm actually just citing one of the sections. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it as a separate citation. Oh, I've got his name wrong. Is that? Yeah, I've got his name wrong. It's embarrassing. Let's quickly change that. Where is that section? It's in this bit. All right, that's all of the instances of it. So then I just want to the book title is where is the copy paste also your friend whilst you're dealing with like really long academic titles. Also, let me put us back onto Zotero so you can see what I'm doing. So this is the where I'm putting it in as a section. I need to actually get the symbol in his name correct, so I'm just going to copy it. I'm going to copy his name. There we go. And then I'm going to there might be a simpler way to do this, but I don't know of no I don't know of it, so I'm sure you can probably copy information. I could have duplicated it, but then I would have had to change its type and stuff, so it's 2003. And then do I need the editors? I don't think I do. So I'm going to create a bibliography from this, and we're going to see how it does. I'm going to change that composed to revised as well, and then I'm going to put the citation here. And again, I'm sorry, I'm in Scrivener, so I'm hiding this from you for a moment. Yeah, that's fine. It's done it. It's done it. That's all my citations. All right. We just need names. We need names for the sections now. Because that's all of the citations done, and then they should all format correctly when I compile. I'll take us back onto here. I don't have to have a title for the whole thing at this point. At this point, I just need a title for the final section. I'm not worrying about the whole thing having a title. And I want it so like all of my other sections are titled, and I talked about this on Wednesday. They're all titled something from the fiction writing about the characters that are holding the section together. So, and they're like phrases basically and refrains. So one of them, that poem that I showed you earlier, has the phrase that's from the first section, and then the second section it's a refrain that's used multiple times because it's a refrain. Yeah, I don't know. I instinctively feel like I want it to be something from the final bit because it's like the conclusion of the whole piece. And I'm sort of looking at it, trying to see if there's something in here that I think would be good. I could call it a shower of rose petals. But then I don't think that has, I think that has meaning to me, not so much to, no, I'm just going to call it, I'm just going to name it after part of the Knight's Oath. There we go. That's really obvious. This is the thing with titles, is I agonise over them for ages and then I look at something and go, no, that's the title. It's always been the title. And yeah, so I am done. I'm just gonna, whilst we're on here, I'm gonna compile it and I'm gonna mark final, so I'm gonna include everything. Oh, I want to get rid of the endnotes thing because I didn't need it, so move that's trash. The other really lovely thing about Scrivener, it saves constantly. It saves, like, has multiple backups as well. So it's super, super good. I'm going to assume that all of is that footnote still sport as endnotes. Yeah, and we're separated there. Yeah. I think everything's good. Whether this is the formatting I need in the final version, I don't know, but this is just so that my supervisor can read it. So I'm going to compile that and I'm going to call it Final Draft. Also, sorry for the Windows noises. Scrivener does it whenever it compiles something. I guess because you could be compiling something massive. Oh my god, I'm looking at it and it's all one document. Oh no. Oh no, it's counting. It's counting the citations. It's counting the citations as words. I've got 13,483 words now. Okay. However, it has formatted it all correctly, so I'm gonna put that onto a new page. Just so that it doesn't look quite as grim. So that it's not attached to, you don't get like the dramatic final line of the creative piece and then Coleridge, ST, 1817. Like, let's not have that. Oh my god, it's 40 pages. Okay. All right, well, that's it. That's it all together. It's real. It's too long, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to email it to my supervisor like this anyway. And I'm going to say, look, I know it's 300 words over, but I might as well, I'm going to have to edit again once she's given me her feedback. So I might as well cut it down again then, once I know because it might be that she wants me to make some changes that reduce words anyway. So it makes more sense to me to do that then, and also I just want it sent in. I just want to be done with it for today. I just want to be done with it entirely. But yeah, so I will do that, and I will send that in. For now, oh, thank you for the follow, Small. Yeah, so it's done, and I'm glad I got to show you some of it today. What we will be doing, okay, so the plan for next week and generally beyond that, let's have a chat about that, because I know I mentioned it very briefly at the end of the last stream, but whilst I was very hyper. So let me explain this again slightly more clearly. So I have my reading group on Monday. Yes? Do I? Is it the Monday after? Hold on, I'm pulling my calendar up so I can... Yes. I have my reading group on Monday. However, I'm not reading anything for my reading group. This time I'm watching videos. So I'm not going to stream that because obviously I can't, because it's not my content. I will be watching that either probably actually on the Monday, just because I need to be careful to rest enough in the next few days. I'm very busy with work. Until Monday, because Monday is my last day of work before I go on holiday for 2 weeks. My expectation is basically Monday I won't stream. Wednesday, I also definitely won't be streaming on Tuesday. I will probably stream, or I might stream on Tuesday. Basically, the next time I'm going to stream is when I'm finishing it and sending it in. Whether that's a like quick hello, I finished it and sent it in and here's how it went, or whether I do it, come on camera, thank you, or whether I do it like I've done today, where I just sort of sit with you and do it, or whatever it may be. But then I won't be streaming until the last day of November or the start of December. At which point I'm going to try and get onto a proper schedule, because obviously at that point my master's is finished. And I've got a period before my PhD, but I've got a lot of reading that I want to do, that I want to catch up on. So we will basically fall into a rhythm of doing 2 or 3 streams a week, a couple of hours each, doing this Pomodoro studying together method. And I think that's a rhythm that I'm going to enjoy getting into. So we'll do probably like Monday and Wednesday we'll be reading, and then Friday we'll be digitizing notes, because I want to also catch up on that. So I've done all of it before I get into my PhD, and then I'm not, you know, scrabbling to catch up whilst also reading loads more and taking more notes that I then need to digitize. So that's what we'll be doing afterwards, and it'll be nice and chill. Do follow me on Le Twitter if you wish to keep up with what I'm doing, and I will make sure that I give updates and stuff there. But for now, I will say thank you all so very much for coming and for being here. I am going to go hand this in. That's the thing. And then I'm probably going to crawl into my bed and calm down. To be quite honest with you. Because that's pretty huge. Yeah, it's almost done, and basically I'm expecting to get it back on Monday, and then depending on how I'm feeling and how much time I have and what I want to do when, just I think I'm likely to just edit it straight away and send it, like finally submit it, send it, because then it's done, and then my holiday is actually holiday, even though my deadline is not technically until the 21st. I think that's the plan. So yeah, thank you all so much for being here. It's been really lovely, and I know I've said this before, but the process of streaming this has been absolutely invaluable. So thank you so much, whether you've been here and lurking, or here and talking, or just generally supporting me outside that. Thank you very much, because it's a really hard year to produce a piece of work this long and complicated in. And yeah, I really appreciate all of the support. So I hope you all have a lovely weekend, and I will see you all again at an unknown point to be determined, but follow me on Twitter and I'll tell you. All right, take care everyone, goodbye.